good? What's good? What's good with you, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. And again, episode 14. Appreciate everybody for dropping in on here. Let's see what's going on here. Let me check the chats and see if anybody showed up in here. And anyhow, on this episode, we're going to be talking about a few interesting things. We're going to go ahead and we're going to kick it off with a little bit of a little tech talk. What's good? What's good with you? What's good, Philly? Yeah. Where my partner at? My partner was in here for a hot second. But what's good, Philly Jazzy Jeff? Got about 4 people that jumped in already. But let's see what's going on here with my partner. What up, though, BG? I must have did something to
Yo, yo,
lose you or
yo,
something.
yo, I'm back.
My bad.
No, I actually did something, man. It was my MacBook. My MacBook was tripping.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Oh
Yeah, so my
man.
MacBook was tripping.
Okay.
So what's
And
going on?
not much, man. I'm trying to find my little prompts here to change our screen view, but oh man, having problems with it. Oh well. I'm trying to also like when I do these live streams, I like to have it run simultaneously on a tablet. I don't know if you do. You do
So
anything like
look
that?
at it. I just use my phone for real.
Or you use your phone? Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
just look at it on my phone, check it out, make sure everything is going nice and how I wanted to go.
Yeah, I do that either the phone or I got a tablet in front of me, and I try to keep track of it that way. But then you got to remember to cut the volume off so you don't get that weird echo. So what's been up with you, man?
Not too much for real, chilling. Low key just work. Uh, yeah, not a whole. Oh, you know what? You know what's been up with me?
What?
Big Forza. Playing a lot of Forza.
Oh,
You know what I
okay.
mean? I really fell in love with that game. So I've been playing Forza 6 since last weekend, and it's a dope game, man. I was playing it a little early. I spent the ducats to get the I guess the 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 premiere or whatever version of the game, the little $99. But if you spent the extra $20, you could play it a couple days early. And I was like, you know what? I done blew $20 on worse. So I'm about to go ahead and try this shit out. And yeah, I've been in like beautiful game, man. I must tell you, this new Forza Horizon 6, I think it's a lot more people that's going to be streaming Forza, and there's a lot more people that's just going to be playing Forza, period. It's going to be one of them games because um, I haven't had this much fun with a race car game since the first Need for Speed. That's one of the games that really started me playing race car games. Need for Speed, the first one on PlayStation 1. I fell in love with that game and I played the hell out that game till I was like a professional Need for Speed race car driver. And Forza, I'm on my way to being one of the top Forza players because I'm playing that shit every day.
Yeah, I know. I don't see you on the Call of Duty streets no more. I gotta find. You know what? I wait for the Grand Theft Auto probably to drop. I'm not. It's hard to keep up with Grand Theft Auto for the simple fact that it's it's like almost like a simulation game,
Right.
and you got to find your own. You got to entertain yourself. It seems like, or you can just go jump heavily into the missions.
Yeah. See what the new Forza got going on. The new Forza Horizon 6 is, I think a lot of people gonna be playing it because the map is a very large map, and I
Mm-hmm.
mean the details in the map is insane. Like, you know how normally a race car, everything when you play a lot of these games and you plan to drive any driving game, it's mostly the track and everything else. Like, it's not interactive. But
Right.
the way they got the map set up now, I could just drive through the grass from one point to another point. Like, I could just drive straight into the mountains on this Forza. The whole map is interactive. They got so many different sceneries. All the graphics look amazing. And it's very interactive. And I think what Forza is going to do, they see what like Call of Duty did, and
Mm-hmm.
the generational run they've been on with Warzone, and it's gonna make it more interactive because you already see the streamers out here doing car meets, and they drifting together, and they riding out together like a car. They got car clubs already, and I mean they streaming and shit. And I'm like, it's I mean it's dope, man. It's dope, and it's just like as long as you add on to the game, you can have a game to have a 10-year run if you add the right things and keep it interesting. So
Right.
they got a lot of space to grow from here right now.
Okay. Well, that sounds hype, man. I might have. I used to do driving game. I was into like Need for Speed. What else I used to do? I tried what's it called? Forza. That what
Yeah,
y'all is it Forza? I tried that for a hot second. I think I had it free on Xbox Pass. When you get the membership, the gaming membership.
yeah.
Yeah, and what else? I'm not somebody who don't think who doesn't like driving games. I like driving games. I think I just need to just sit back down and get into it.
I think the dopest thing I did so far that was like, yo, this is just fucking so interesting. Me as a nerd, so I'm playing Forza, and this is anybody that's playing Horizon 6. This is a cheat code. So
Mm.
I'm sharing y'all one of my cheat codes right now. If you playing Forza, any car game, you get the money, you dump a bunch of upgrades into a car, you make it so fast that you can't handle it, right?
Right.
So it's very important that you get this car tuned correctly so you can still handle the car because all the extra power would just make it, you can't win a race just sliding into the grass and sliding into the trees. So well, I had the bright idea. I jumped on Chat GPT.
Okay.
I had a car. I love the car. Love the look of the car. I'm one of them guys that's more so into the old school cars, the cars that growing up, all the like, the actual like the little foreigns that a lot of the little dope boys had, like the 300ZX, Supras back in the day, stuff like that.
Right.
So I got a 300ZX that I really like, put a whole bunch of money into it, but it just was undrivable because it was so much power. Then I went to Chat GPT and I just gave him this prompt, straight voice dictation prompt. I got a Forza and Forza Horizon 6. I got a 300ZX with all the top tier mods, but the stock engine and it's all wheel drive. And I need a tune to make it a street car that could handle, but still has power and still sticks to the road. And Chat GPT, sure enough, went through every category, gave me a list of every category and the specs that I should put for every category. Because when you go to tune the car, it's different tabs. Like it might say gear ratio, tire pressure,
Right.
certain things. And it had just following along with the tabs. ChatGPT gave me a whole tune for the car, and the car, like, you know what I'm saying, like it was an amazing. It was amazing to me like how much better the car ran with this tune from ChatGPT. So that's
Wow.
a further tips and tricks for y'all, man. From your man BG, man. If you need to tune your car and you're not good at tuning, go ahead and check out ChatGPT.
I think that might be the way to drive interest because, like you said, one of my biggest issues was not really understanding the tuning of the cars, and you went for everything, all power, and then when you get out there on the roads, like you said, you just flying everywhere. So that might make me want to try the game.
That's it's dope, man. It's a lot of fun. Like I just explained. Then I was like, Then I bought a car. I asked ChatGPT, tell me each part. Give me a list of parts I should buy for this car to make it like this. Now, well, another thing that I got to get up into is I want to try the drifting. I want to make like a car that's like Tokyo themed, a car from Tokyo, and make like me a mean drift machine. I'm this close to buying the damn steering wheel. I'm playing on controller, but I'm close to buying the damn steering wheel.
Oh, that's funny. So you and the tech gentleman gonna have competing
Yeah, me and Tech
setups.
Gentleman gonna be putting our gloves on. Like, yeah, I'm about to race Tech Gentleman, slide my driving gloves on.
Man. Anyhow, hey, so shout out to everybody who's shown up. TJ, I seen him drop in. Phone Tech at work and V Worldwide, and again Jazzy Jeff for the first guy in side of the stream. I had to add to that because that wasn't going to be right. But appreciate everybody for showing up here on the stream. So, one of the things that I wanted to discuss, I want to go, maybe a little techie right here. And, Google has been touting some of its new features for Android 17. And I got some notes here on some points. A lot of the stuff is pretty much already similar to what you got find on a Samsung. So they're bringing like small things over to Samsung. The multi-Apple, called multi-app bubbles or floating windows. So we all familiar with that. You can add that in your Samsung Galaxy phone. And turn almost any app into like a floating circle on your screen.
Yeah, I've done that.
Yeah, but it's not just going to be for messaging. You're going to be able to put at least 5 active apps to the top of your phone, so you can just pick whichever one you want to look at. So you can have maybe your messaging app. For us, we like to get on Telegram. You can have your Telegram up there. You might be able to have your 5 whatever favorite apps up there and just switch real quick in between them. I think that'll be a welcome thing feature.
How, how was how was the Tinder gonna like having 5 apps running at a time up in the screen, little bubbles sliding around?
Well, they claim it's going to have more graphic power, and the CPU is going to be more fine tuned. So, or is it the CPU is going to have more power and the GPU is going to be fine tuned? It's one of the, I can't remember off the top. One or the other is fine tuned, and the other's got a power boost.
Okay.
Now, they also got this, and I'm surprised Google hasn't done it. Well, I mean, hasn't done it sooner. They got a voice dictation cleanup, and they're code naming it Rambler. So when you use the voice part of the keyboard, the voice dictation, you literally got to have what you say down pat in your mind. So you say it without any type of mistakes or stumbling or anything like that. Rambler is supposed to clean that up and actually make things more like if you say something like, yeah, I'm about to meet me at the coffee shop about 7, and then you can say, no, 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 I'll change that, meet me at about 6. It'll write it. It won't write the thing you just said, it'll write it clean. Like it'll miss the mistake and add the correction.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
So the software upgrade should be
right,
available on a lot of phones. That's nice. I always thought because Google's always had great voice dictation to me. That's one of the if you go back and look at some of my Pixel videos, I always talk about how I love pause the voice dictation on Google for the simple
right.
fact that I used to take a lot of notes like that and like set up a lot of little scripts like that, just talking into the phone. And it did a, it always did a good job for me. Like even at times, um, I would have to do like I would anything like involving writing and pay, have to do anything. I would just
Hmm.
go to voice dictation, and I would do it with my voice. Then go back and make sure everything is do the proper edits. But yeah, so that's dope because Google's already been doing it really good on the voice dictation anyway.
Now, if you want Google, I think is competing with an app that's already out. I saw I can't remember who I saw. I think do you ever watch the How To Men uh channel?
I'm
How to
subscribed. I don't always watch, but I know they like show a lot of apps and different things about Google phones and Android phones.
So on their channel, they talked about an app called Whisper Flow. It's spelled WISPR for anybody interested in it. Whisper Flow. It's a voice dictation app that's very similar to that Rambler feature that they want to add to Android 17. I downloaded. The cool thing about the Whisper app is if once you download it, you can use it across your entire phone, no matter what app you're in.
Oh, that's dope.
And it's better than the regular voice dictation that they have now. And they got a free version and a paid version, but you don't really need to buy anything. The free version is nice. And if y'all want an ideal of what that Rambler voice dictation going to be like, I would highly suggest downloading that Whisper Flow. If you're the kind of person who like you're a content creator and sometimes when you're doing your videos you might stumble over your lines, you can write your script with that app in your voice in your mannerism because sometimes typing don't necessarily translate to how you really talk. And
True.
that Whisper Flow app is dope. I'm telling you, man. If it does the same thing, you can talk. You can say no, 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 change that. Meet me at uh, on so and so street around 6 o'clock. I mean, you can literally talk like a regular person and change in the middle of a sentence, and it'll catch all of that flawlessly. And it does quotation marks, capitalized sentences. It does all of that. So
That's definitely that's definitely going to be dope. Like I said, they always did a great job with that, and I always felt like it was the best. That was one of the best things about having a Google phone. Just especially if you like a real note taker or just somebody that likes to jot stuff down, but you don't really like to write like that.
right.
So I can't wait to try that out. Matter of fact, I'm sitting here and we talking about Android 17, but I got the Pixel out and I updated it, so I'm like on the Android 17 QPR. I
Oh,
think it's
okay.
like the second QPR, third QPR. We on or the QPR one beta 3.
Right.
But I haven't like I used to be on top of it. If you go back to the channel, I used to follow the updates all the time, like for a while, starting with like the Pixel 6 Pro, always like making videos about Google updates. But then I kind of like, I don't know, lately I just been busy, so it ain't been the thing that I've been doing. But I'm definitely gonna try to get back to it somewhat because there's a lot of stuff going on between Samsung and Google and them updating these phones. It's just gonna be a lot of features that could be easily overlooked and things that people not even going that people gonna be walking around with phones not even knowing half the capabilities for real.
Okay. Yeah. So they people sometimes people need that, man. It'd be the simple things that a lot of people really don't keep up with. They got this native app lock is thing they talked about, and basically it's just a doom scroller reminder. No, no, not that, not the native app lock. I'm sorry. It calls pause point, and it'll put a timer on apps. If you're a kind of person that stays on Instagram too long or something like that, it's got those type of things where uh, it'll ask you, hey, do you want to step away from this for whatever, or try to distract you or something like that.
I'm one of them, and you know what? I'm not even one of them guys anymore. The thing is, you know what I have an issue with my
Okay.
phone now and my tech is like, yo, like it'll be like I want to go through my iPad and get my iPad set up like the way I like it. Like I want to put a real productive setup on my iPad. And since I got this new update on my S26 Ultra, I want to go through there and take a look at the setup and see if I can make me a different setup and possibly make it like a what's on my phone video. And now think about all these things I want to do as far as keeping my tech up to date or looking fresh and stuff like that. And because I got so much on my mind,
Hmm.
I end up doing nothing. Like, I don't know why I'm like that. Like, it's almost like, uh, we play shooting games together. So it's like almost like playing Call of Duty. Like, the way I'm set up, bruh, if I got two, like if I got a multitask, like if it's two dudes in front of me, for sure I'm gonna shoot my gun in the middle of them two dudes. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I got a mental disability, but I've always been like if I got too many things in my head, like I wanna go through this Pixel phone, I wanna go through the Samsung phone, and I wanna check out what iOS has been doing. And I'll
Right.
think about it. I'll think about this shit forever, and then don't even think about it so hard and overthink about it to the point where I ain't got shit done. So I don't know if that's like a, I don't know if y'all can diagnose me or you know what I'm saying. We got any psychologists out here, but can I fix that? Can I get an update?
Software update.
Yeah.
Another feature though. Let me go. I'm gonna finish this list up real quick. But next one is they call it native. I got two more on my list. Native app lock. Now, after years of relying on like third party locker apps, specific manufacturers, so Android finally has a system level app lock where you can secure individual apps behind your own personal PIN number or pattern or biometrics natively, keeping all your sensitive data private even if someone else is holding your unlocked phone. So basically, you can lock down individual apps.
Okay, because that's what they so Apple's been doing that, so they
Yeah,
follow Apple into that.
right. And then the last one is that live update where behind the scenes you can ask Gemini to like order you a Uber or something, and why you could be doing other stuff in the background. It'll be getting it'll do the order, got the car, send them out your location. This the one where it might be a little too controversial, where somebody's got to give up too much information, you
Oh
know
yeah,
t- to let Gemini follow through on a lot of those tasks before for you.
man. At this point, they got all our shit. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
they got it all. They got it all. Like I I just believe they just Big Brother is Big Brothering so hard right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like even with this, even I got a work computer, it's not a laptop, it's a mini PC.
Right.
And but inside the mini PC, because you know, inside the mini PC is a speaker. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I wonder if this a speaker and a microphone inside, because there's no need for this motherfucker to have a speaker inside of it. A normal Yeah, it wasn't a normal PC. The size wouldn't have a speaker. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So what the fuck is that about? You know what I mean? Like Big Brother be Big Brothering.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And on top of that, like I said, it kind of goes back to what we were talking about last week. Out of the tech bros, who do you trust? Do you trust Google? I mean, do you trust? I really don't trust Amazon. So you have to have a lot of trust in these companies who've never showed any loyalty to us to keep our privacy private because they sell your information on the back end. Pause. And you know what I'm saying? So they it's kind of weird how these companies come up with these innovations, but a lot of it requires a lot of information about you.
you know what? And they set it up like that. Like, bro, they set it up like that because for the simple fact, um, they set it up like that. I feel like they all work in cahoots. Like I'll
Mm,
say they all work in cahoots for this reason and this reason only. Like like lately, the thing is in the culture, a lot of people that use like smaller banking apps. Like I use multiple banking apps. Like I got like a main bank like for adult shit, and then I had like like little cash app shit just
right,
for subscription shit like that for the fuck of it. You know what I'm saying? So
right,
now I swipe somewhere and don't give a don't really give a fuck about. So it's certain places like I'm not swiping my real bank card that what I mean
right.
take care of the business for real. So I feel like I've been watching right. Like my thing is with Amazon now. Okay, people like to lock their cards because they don't want nobody taking no money off of it. But if you notice, Amazon is probably is the biggest fucking online distributor of goods.
Yeah,
They gonna make you. They don't take the money immediately. They take the money, I guess, proclaim when the stuff ship, right? But at the
right.
same time, I feel like they really just want you to not lock your car. Like if you're a serial Amazon user like myself, I can't lock my card because I'm always ordering some shit, and I gotta always have that way open for Amazon to charge. Amazon. So while I'm waiting for Amazon, guess who kicks in the fucking back door? Apple. Uh, Apple. They good for just randomly charging you for shit that you're not
Yeah,
even sure what the fuck is going on.
yeah,
Anybody. So it's like, yeah, Amazon. They doing a good job of keeping people because everybody orders from Amazon all the time, and you got to keep your card unlocked because Amazon not gonna charge your they gonna charge your card when they feel like it because they got so much money.
yeah. And it does get out of hand with like the inconsistencies of how people kind of play with your money. But staying on this AI talk, um, there was an executive or some kind of CEO. I think of. I don't know if it was a Google or somebody else. I wish I could. I might see if I can find a video while we're talking. But he was speaking at a commencement speech at this particular college, and he was bragging about the greatness of AI, and with all these data centers popping up around the country, and them requiring water, all the water that they need to run these AI data centers, people who are very sensitive and in tune with um, the environment are really having a problem with these data centers and AI in general, and it's leaving a bad taste in everybody's mouth about AI. AOC had a video out where she had a jar of water from this one small company, this one small town in this rural area. And she said this is their drinking water now because the data centers has corrupted all the water in their area. And the water looks like somebody like she
I
scooped
seen
up
it.
some muddy water. You know what I'm saying? It looked
Yeah.
real bad. And then this guy, while he's being booed, he's still trying to tell the audience, the students, how great AI is in their jobs, and AI is taking jobs. So a lot of these kids are graduating without a clear future, and here this guy is bragging about AI. It just wasn't a good. He was very tone deaf to, and a lot of these companies are very tone deaf to the people. They just care about getting money and profits, and they don't care what they got to do.
I feel like, you know what, and really honestly, what's going on with AI right now is, even though they don't want to tell you this, when I'm gonna be honest with you, when you hear the fucking the orange man talking about that's the stock market and the stock market being up, a lot of that is based around AI companies.
Mhm.
And a lot, everything about AI right now is assumptions. So it's not, the thing is, for AI to be as innovating and around this type of actual technology, around artificial intelligence, there's so much hype. But honestly, they can't even figure out how to monetize artificial intelligence the way in a way that really makes it like worth having. Like, even I'm telling you, like a lot of these tech companies are actually just straight out lying. Like a lot of people have been losing their jobs when it comes to tech companies. It's certain things that AI could probably replace a human in doing, certain little processes. It's you can do processes and it can yeah, replace a human in doing processes, but it could never be a complete human. A lot of these companies, Apple, Amazon, when they actually was talking about AI really heavy and everybody was losing jobs, it wasn't because people was losing jobs to AI. It was because Apple and Amazon, just for starters, the biggest, they start actually hiring people from temp agencies to do things that normally they would have their own employees doing, but
Yeah.
it saved a lot of money. They contracted out a lot of those positions to if you look, like if you are in need of employment and you go to look, you'll see a lot of companies hiring people in certain fields of customer service, help desk IT, and there'll be companies you never heard of because they really just subcontract the companies, but they really hiring people to work for Apple. But if Apple subcontract out this actual position, now I got somebody that doesn't, they don't technically work for Apple, so it don't take away from Apple a law to pay this person now $15 an hour or $16 an hour, on the very low end, and they don't have to supply this person with health care also. So a lot of those jobs that we've been talking about AI for a minute, and we've been talking about people being replaced. But a lot of those people that they laid off, they actually just replaced with workers that they got through, like almost like a tech, or like just a subcontracted company, so that way they didn't, if you work for Apple and you're a full-on Apple employee, they're gonna, you probably getting a decent pay, you getting health care, all these things, that they scaled a lot of that stuff back and just was like, yo, we can just get rid of these people because we can pay people. We can go to one of these companies and just subcontract through them. They only pay their people $16 an hour.
Some companies I have read stories where they have laid off vital people that they thought they could replace with AI, and had to hire these people back because AI didn't possess the ability. to, be able to change on a dime or be able to answer something quickly that might not be within its algorithm. So there's, that human instinct to know, like if you're talking to somebody, and let's say, for example, they're having a problem, sometimes you can offer somebody a coupon, or you can say, hey, I can get you this type of deal if you just, as a way to show our apologies to you. You know what I'm saying? When you're trying to prevent bad customer service, AI doesn't have that ability to switch on a dime to do that. It doesn't know when to to do that. It just follows its prompts to the end until they can get you off the phone. You see what I'm
And
saying?
people notice that.
Yeah.
People notice that. Customers notice that. Customers don't want to talk like they. You haven't made artificial intelligence good enough where it can deal with the average human being. Because you have some people that are calling for services and things of that nature that are very, very like difficult people from the beginning. You
Right.
see what I'm saying?
Right.
Off the rip. So you
It
ain't
does, because some people complaint is specific, very specific to their situation,
right.
whereas that AI is very general and it just has a roundabout thing. And you like, I can't talk to this AI. This AI is the prompts and what it want me to say. It's almost like it's trying to force me to pick up one of its prompts so it can continue on with its job. Whereas my problem is very narrow and to the point, and I need to talk to somebody because I think what I'm going through is unique in comparison to what that AI is trying to feed me.
That's perfect. That you know what? That makes perfect sense because I got the perfect example of that. Um Trying to contact Amazon because I had bought like a Galaxy Note 9. Like sometimes I just buy older phones off new just to buy them because I don't know, just because that's the type of stuff that I do. And I bought one and it had like a nasty scratch where the paint had came off on the fingerprint scanner on the back. So I'm like, no, I can't. My mind, I can't deal with this. I can't keep looking at this. So it's like, I mean, trying to get my money back or see if I can get me. I really just wanted a fresh one for real, one that was in a little bit better condition because this scratch is just way too nasty for me. So I'm talking to the AI, and like you said, it's trying to tell me, "Oh, did you get the phone?" And it's like, okay, well, if you got the phone, everything is good. Then you see what I'm saying? Like
Right.
it's not until and you have to spend a good amount of time disagreeing before it even hangs up on you, or then you notice they'll have a live. It'll be like an AI chat bot, but till you don't, as you continually disagree with what the chat bot say, because it's like, do you want to return it? Do you have the? Did you get the phone? Oh, matter of fact, I was trying to. I had got a. What was the reason it was hard for me to explain? I got the replacement phone, but they said they was going to charge my phone again, and I had already sent the other phone back in. So it's no protocol for that for the AI. You know what
Right.
I mean?
Right.
So it's trying to ask, oh, you got the phone, so everything is good. Oh, you want to return the phone? It can't figure out anything outside of that. So after a while of time, like continually saying no or whatever like that, then you see a human chat bot come in to the actual situation. You
Right.
could say, oh, my name is, whatever. I'm here. I'm gonna help you with your issue, whatever, whatever. But it's like, bruh, like, yeah, AI is a tool.
Yeah.
As much as they wanted to be a person, it's not. It's
Yeah.
not. You can't. It's a tool. It's a tool. It's a tool to uplift and make like why we can't make employment easier for
Right.
folks. Let's make employment. If we on this age of technology and all of it's tech bros just making everything so fucking great, How about let's stop? Okay, if we get some technology, let's just find some technology to make it easier for the people that gotta go to work every day. The people that go to work and stand on their feet all day. The people that go to work and listen to people bitch and moan all day. Like let's find like you know what I'm saying? Let's find a way to for AI to assist and help. Because yeah, you can definitely make stuff better if you know what I'm saying, if you work
Right.
if you if that's what you're trying to do, stop trying to replace people and fucking help people with the shit.
Well, I think personally, like I said, with this younger generation and the way a lot of these data centers that are popping up without people's permission, because there are people who are going to these town home meetings. They're meeting with their their representatives and what have you, and they're telling these people, no, we don't want these in our town. We don't want these data centers. We don't want them. And they're and the data centers and the companies are paying the politicians behind the voters back, and they're just green lighting these data centers without caring what the people just got through screaming at them about. And they're saying in Lake Tahoe, they told most of the residents they got to find another way of servicing them for electricity because the data center that was put in Lake Tahoe has taken over literally all their resources.
Drawing all the current.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So if it ain't taking all the electricity and you needing all the water to cool everything, that's what I'm saying. It requires too much. And like I said, these young people who are very environmentally and conscious, I don't see too much of a bright future for AI, in my opinion, unless they figure out their problems with the demand that they need just to run their AI chat bots
You
so
know,
they
it's
can make
crazy.
more money.
It's like, bro, like, is we just need like a union for the whole country. For the we need a union for people that make under $400,000 a year. We just need a union for everybody included. Because at the end of the day, even if you're a billionaire and you got a company that's made you a billionaire because people made you a billionaire, they consume and utilize your business for whatever reasons. You have to, and you are a actual okay. You're a billionaire, and you have money beyond just a ridiculous amount of money. At some point, you have to be conscious of public opinion.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be conscious of public opinion. You got to be, you can't be just this person in position and think that you're going to decide what happened, what goes. And people, I think the best thing for, as you can see, capitalists is division. The division of people, everyday working people, uh, I ain't poor people, whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just regular folks. The
Right.
division of regular folks is a lot of times, and they invest in that also because that's the thing. As long as we fight and look at each other, then we don't, we can't focus on some of the things that the 1% is doing. You like you said, making these data centers is not popular, but they're gonna force it on us because before you in that situation where you got just endless money that's gonna last your family endlessly forever in time, but you still wanna push. You want to
Yeah.
push against, you know what I mean? You want to
Yeah.
push, you want to put millions of people in bad, worse positions. Like, where does the actual because at this point, okay, if I've gotta if these people have made me I've made myself and these people by investing in whatever I got going on that put me in this position. I have to at some point be uh I can't think of the word, Rob, but like I have to be like, yeah, I'm a capitalist, but at the
But you got
same
to be
a realist, and
yeah.
you
You go ahead.
to a degree you should like you really fucking should care about the people a little
Yeah,
bit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, yo, because at the end of the day, if you run people into the ground ragged and they don't have and you just suck all of the fat off their back as they, you know what I'm saying? Like, we work on the hamster wheel. We on the hamster wheel paying taxes, paying for gas, paying for bills, and hoping that we have a little bit left for some enjoyment to make life worth living. So and everything else goes out the door. So you dealing with a country of people on that hamster wheel. I don't care if you black, white, Chinese. If you're not a fucking wealthy billionaire, if you're not rich, you on the same hamster wheel as me. Even if you just on another level, because it's gonna amongst people, it still work like that. It don't matter if you work at McDonald's or if you're a manager at a bank, because everybody we so trained to live right within our means. So we all on the same hamster wheel because if I'm a security guard and I make $40,000 a year, I'm living right within my means, or whatever, whatever, but living where I could live, driving what I could drive. If I make $80,000 a year, if I'm somebody that make 2 times more than the security guard, I end up with the same type of percentages as the security guard because people always push it right within their means. You see what I'm saying? If I
Right.
make $4,000 a month, I'm gonna have a mortgage that's $2,000 a month. If I make $6,000 a month, I'm gonna have a mortgage that's $4,000 a month. It's just like one of those things. So I feel like people should be like a little bit more on together and on the necks of these billionaires because they can't just keep start they getting to the point where they don't care about what happened to the people just to like now you just want to break a Guinness Book World Record for having money. Like get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. So speaking of money and what have you, I'm going to kind of switch it over. I think it's something we kind of talked about before going on air, and I don't know, we didn't debate it, but we was talking about it, and that's that Jackson Dart situation, the Giants quarterback who was at the president's I don't know, was it a dinner or
It was
something he was having?
he was in New York. It
He
was
was the host.
He was talking about he was talking about the stock market. He was at an actual event in New York. It was one of his like rallies, but more of a
Oh,
like
okay.
financial rally. He was in and he was talking about the stock market. And before he came out, he had Jackson Dart, a second year quarterback, and uh second year quarterback for the Giants, just came out the draft last year around the same time that Shador came out. And really honestly, the only reason people really know Jackson Dart name is because of Shador Sanders. The only reason people know everybody from Shador draft class of quarterbacks is because the whole world watched that draft in the robbery and just the foul stuff that happened to the Sanders family. So that's the only reason we really know Jackson Dart because we wanted to see what was going to happen to Shador Sanders, and he was just one of the people that got chose along the way while we was trying to see what happened to Shador Sanders. But yeah, he brought Chump out, and in his off time, in his not in no Giants uniform, but that's what he chose to do. Support the sitting president, who is basically a racist, a white nationalist, a white supremacist, a capitalist who at the end of the day probably don't even like other poor his own folks that are not having anything and poor, looking at them like they probably just like somebody like me, of my complexion. So
Well, his teammate Abdul Carter, who just got drafted in this year's draft out of Penn State, he tweeted. He said, "Man, I thought this shit was AI. What we doing, man?" And he
yo,
had a picture of him speaking. So I mean, he's somewhat of a divisive person in the locker room. Brian Rawsonworth, I think this is another teammate. Jax can't read a room. This ain't Ole Miss. This is NYC. Dumb AF. Uh, Harlem World. Assuming this is Mace. Talk to your boy. This is not going to fly in New York. He just separate the fan base with that move. What a dummy. So those are
yeah.
some of the things that's being said about him. And he's a native from Utah. So what do you expect?
But I mean, but I mean, honestly, that just show you uh the privilege and how people think that they can a lot of people, a lot of athletes feel like they can do what they can do. They can he don't have no problem doing that, because it's like, well, I don't need to be cautious of what affects other people type deal. I'm living
Right.
my life the way I want to live my life because I'm proud. You know what I'm saying? That's just part
Right.
of the privilege or whatever. But at the end of the day, like, I mean, just being realistic, and this is just me being realistic because I'm going to take the whole Trump thing out of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know me, you know where I stand on that whole thing. But it just wasn't a smart move. Like, publicly. Like it wasn't a smart move to be let's say y'all had a really good year. Like, you had a promising, what we could say, a promising year, because you really didn't do shit like that. You did a couple things, but you didn't go crazy, and then you got
Right.
hurt. But everybody was cool with you as the quarterback, and everybody, you had the support, you had the team. Y'all had the
Right.
team. Y'all looked happy. Y'all looked like y'all was, going to, try to, move forward. That's, the locker room is a big thing. So I'm gonna go to when most sport teams, but to, NFL sport teams have a lot of, probably over 50% black players. That's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
that's just a statistic. Now, what, like, you, if you understand anything that's going on, like, you know what I'm saying, like that they, how they could feel slighted. You know what I
Right.
mean? You're supposed to be college educated. You know what I
Right.
mean? You
Yeah.
see, so you can't, if you can't read the room, like, that was stupid. Like, that was very dumb. But you but now what you will see is it's gonna be worse now because fans are involved, and not just the regular fans, not regular people fans, but the fans that are the trolls.
Right.
The divisive, the fans of the divisiveness. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And nobody on that side actually has any common sense, or how do you say, a lot of those folks don't deal with reason. Like, even if you love Trump to death, and if you're a white man and you love Trump to death, you should actually have the common sense to know, if I'm a black, especially like the linebacker, he's a Muslim. He's a black man and a Muslim. So you understand what I'm saying? For the constant disrespect and racism and constant trolling that man has done to both of those communities,
Yeah.
and you stand up there like a damn stooge, like a fool. Hey, it is what it is.
Yeah. That's the truth. So before we close out, I got a video for you. Get your opinion on. It talks about how we go to the movies. This may change how you go to the movies and view how where you sit at in the movies and what have you, and what you think of the cleanliness of movie theaters. But I want to get your reaction to this video. See if I can play it right now.
Yo,
So
that make a ton of sense.
yeah,
That make a
makes it
ton of sense, bro. Because we don't. I mean, I think since the pandemic, people have became so aware of just like germs and how they spread. Things like uh, things like uh,
back
actual rails,
bacteria.
handles,
Yeah,
doorknobs, all that type of stuff. That's especially in public places that everybody
right.
got to touch. Carts.
Yeah,
I mean, I had an actual. I used to actually. Uh, I had a job. One of my jobs was uh teaching. I used to work in a correctional facility, so one of my jobs was teaching inmates about MRSA. What is it?
hmm,
I don't know. I can't remember if I seen the whole name, but it's
yeah. It's like
methicillin
MRSA virus.
resistant Aerococcus, Staphylococcus, or whatever. Call it staph
Yeah,
infection
yeah,
because it's so it's so prone in a place like a correctional facility where it's community showers, community phones, community weightlifting. You know what I'm saying? And I
right.
would have to we one job in all correctional facilities is this man, it would be MRSA men. So what they do is they have a bottle and a rag with just a cut of bleach to wipe down everything constantly. So like the
Okay.
rails, doorknobs, because I mean MRSA, you get MRSA, I mean you get these, they might have to cut one of your limbs off. You'll see dudes, it'll eat into their skin almost to the bone.
Yeah, yeah. It
I've
could
seen,
turn into a flesh-eating
yeah,
virus. Yeah. I used to have a friend of mine. He used to manage a movie theater. He didn't manage like one of the big brands. He was like one of on. He used to work manage a movie theater where after the movie ran at the big theaters, it'll come to the discounted theaters. I don't know if you ever had you got those in your
yeah,
town where
yeah. We it used to be the well back in
like
the
the
day. It
dollar
used to be
movie,
like the dollar movie, but now it's probably like fucking $11. But
right? So he used to run this dollar theater. So we would go up there. His last movie might run like at 11:30 or something like that. So we'd be up there. We about 19, 20. You know, we hanging out up there with him while he closing down, counting counting the register and what have you. And he'd tell us to go into one of the theaters and he'd flip on a movie. So we'll go in there and watch movies for free. He'll have some popcorn left. We get popcorn. Man, we used to have a ball in there. But after seeing this video, man, I used to be like, man, I noticed they ain't never really cleaned the seats or the cup holders. Like this lady said, they will always sweep the floors and what have you. But they rarely, because they're trying to turn the theater over so fast for the next group of people. They really couldn't,
and
clean it like it should.
and that's a that's a hard thing to actually do because it's so that's tedious cleaning out each cup holder. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So
Right.
it's
Yeah.
is and then it probably take a little bit more staff if you was really cleaning it out that good. I imagine probably maybe like some days they would like have a day where they clean it and where it's nobody, let's say like a day off, but they still bring staff in, or closed
Right.
day, and
Right.
while they close and they bring staff in just for like, we just gonna clean the day, y'all. But yeah, in the movie theaters, I mean, it could get really nasty in there, I'm sure, especially if it's like a movie theater with barely nobody in, and you got
Right.
one or two people in there.
Right. Right. Oh man. So we done hit that 1 hour mark, BG. Again, we made it. Episode 14. People didn't think we'd probably make it this long. Who knows? But we,
We
we're doing
doing
all
us,
right.
doing
Doing
our
our
thing.
thing. Yep. Yep. So anything in closing?
No, man, not much. Uh, Stay prayed up, man. Uh,
Yeah,
I
I don't
don't,
want to pray for you like I did that
oh
last
no,
time.
that's why I don't know. That's what made me say that probably, but yeah, I don't know, man. 'Cause, man, BG, I've been slacking with the content heavy, but I'm making a comeback. I'm about to cook up a mean review of the S26 Ultra, like a mean long term review. Unbiased, of course, even though I'm a guy that likes Samsung. But yeah, man, I appreciate anybody that rock with us. I appreciate y'all rocking with us, coming through, man. And yeah, I love to have this little power hour where we sit and we just, talk some tech, talk some real life. I've been having a good time, man. And wow, 14 weeks go by fast.
Sure do. Sure do. Again, thanks to everybody who showed up. Appreciate y'all. Everything kind of dwindled down a little bit, but but we appreciate everybody. Philly Jazzy Jeff, Phone Tech at Work, TJ V Worldwide, and next week we will be on BG's channel. So stop in and check out what we got going on. We probably have a little bit more better up tempo show to make everybody put a smile on your face probably. But
That's true.
again, thanks for rocking with us, and we catch you next week. We out.